everyone, and welcome back
Hi.
to Monica's Beach Life podcast. I am so excited to have you here, have you watching and listening. I'm excited to introduce you to my new friends, Kat and Ashley with Paddle Pretty. They are down in the Naples area, and they have started an amazing nonprofit organization to bring awareness to our oceans and our beaches and all the beautiful things that beach life has to offer. And so, welcome, Kat and
Thank you.
Ashley.
Good to be here.
Glad to have you. So, I am so excited to hear how Paddle Pretty came about. I want to hear the inspiration and what your mission and your goals are. So, let's jump right in and tell me all about it.
Ashley and I have been friends since middle school, and we grew up here just outside of Sanibel. Ashley actually lived on Sanibel Island. So we paddle all up and down Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, Naples, the whole Lee County area and Collier County. And we've been paddleboarding together for the past 6 years, even more. And we just love it. It's a beautiful way to get out on the water and enjoy our gorgeous environment. So lately we've been thinking, what else can we do? Because we enjoy it so much. We want others to, but we also want them to be aware of how we're going to keep it beautiful for years to come for everybody to enjoy. So we were down in the Keys a few months ago on a trip, and we're in the back seat of our SUV. Our boyfriends are driving, and we're coming up with an idea of how we can do a nonprofit to give back to organizations that are trying to protect our environment while doing something we absolutely love, which is paddleboarding, and keep the waters beautiful and pretty. So Ashley actually came up with the name, and I loved it, and the logo too. So
yeah, the logo is amazing.
Cute.
When Ashley showed me the day that I met her, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so perfect,
Yes.
so
As
fun."
soon as she said it,
So tell me, how did
yeah,
you think of the
Yeah, I
name?
don't know.
we were going back and forth.
Yeah.
Just
We had we had some ideas that we were bouncing I'm salty blonde, but that's already taken. And then
red and blonde.
I'm a redhead, she's a blonde, so we thought strawberry blonde, and then it just kind of evolved. But what I really wanted to get to it was that it's not about, being pretty on a paddleboard. It's about paddleboarding and keeping your environment pretty,
Yeah.
Keeping the water pretty, taking care of what's taking. I mean, it gives us so much joy. It gives us so much love when we're out there. We wanted to give back and love it back. So we thought, what a better name than Paddle Pretty? Like you can paddle, but you can also keep our beaches pretty.
I love that so much. When you and I met, Ashley, God doesn't make mistakes. He puts people in your life for a reason. And so I just love that we just happened to meet that day and get on conversation about, Florida and beaches, and you love to paddleboard. I love to paddleboard. I have a kayak here. But one of the big reasons I moved to Florida a year ago, September, right before the hurricanes. And part of my drive to get to Florida was my passion for the ocean and the beaches and marine life, and wanted so much to get involved with organizations that were making a difference and bringing awareness and doing the things that really, really help. And so the fact that I met you, the fact that you are two, pretty women who, started this amazing organization to make oceans and beaches beautiful. I just love that, you bring people into your sphere who are like-minded and passionate about similar things. So, my hat's off to you for all that you're doing. Tell me, what's the vision? How do you hope to get, your community involved? Where are you at with things right now? What does that look like for you?
I mean, for both of us, it's a little bit hard because we, like you, have a day job. So, finding time to do the things that we want to do, I think is the biggest challenge for us is just time. But, first thing that we did was we made these hats, and then we decided, we didn't want to do this for profit at first we thought it would be fun to make some money off of this, but then, the more we got into it, the more we just wanted to give it back. So we took the money that we made from the hats and we gave it to Captains for Clean Water. Hopefully they'll see this. We really respect what they're doing in our community, and they're fishermen. We respect that they have the same kind of love for the ocean that we do, and what their awareness is very aligned with what we wanted to do. So our goals are really just to kind of take whatever opportunities we can to educate people, especially, people that are moving down here or visiting, from out of town. We have a lot of tourism here. Letting them know, like, it's great that you're having fun on the beach and we love you coming down here. But at the same time, be respectful. You're leaving it for us too. We want to keep it we want to keep it pretty for you, but you keep it pretty for us too. It's a two-way street. So you had an episode, I think it was 2, where you were talking about things to be aware of, when you're on the beach, like keeping your music at a certain decibel and cleaning up after yourself. And that's something that, we really feel very strongly about too. So I was definitely in agreement when I was watching that podcast that you did. So it was really cool. But I just like, organizing beach cleanups. We want to get into that. And to me, the sky's the limit. Where is this going to take us? We have no idea, but we're open.
And God does. So we'll go out on the paddleboards. We'll say prayers. We'll just spend time with him, and where he wants us to take this, that's where it's going to go.
Exactly.
There's so many organizations out there. They're putting in the hard work. They're educating people on how to keep these waters healthy for our ecosystems, because if they don't stay healthy, none of us can enjoy them. So that's what we want to do. We want to help just support them, put the awareness out there, and then again, just give glory to God. He is the creator of all of this beautiful artwork. So we just want to get out there and give him the glory.
Amen to that, Kat. Yes, what an amazing world he provided for us. And we do need to give him glory, and we do need to be good stewards of this planet, not just for ourselves, but for, generations to come. Marine life, wildlife are so important to me. And so that's something that's constantly weighing on my mind, is how we as humans are affecting marine life. And, going to the beach can be so discouraging and frustrating. Some days you're just like, oh my gosh, Are you kidding me? Like, you come to the beach because you want to be near the ocean and you want to be on this beautiful sand, and then you leave all your stuff. It's just remarkable. So I think there can't be enough people like you going out there and making a difference. And I think if people understand that it's one small thing, it's just me going out for a day with a little bag and picking up what I can, it does make a difference. So if somebody's coming to your area and they hear about Paddle Pretty and they say, I want to get involved. I want to be part of this. I want to see what they're about. What does that look like? How can they get involved with you?
We're on Instagram and Facebook, both at Paddle Pretty. So it's pretty easy to find as long as you can spell. And if they want to, join us in any of our, beach cleanups or anything that, we do in the future, we're happy to have them join. Really anything anyone wants to do, more the merrier, and we welcome them. So we'd love to have, more support. We did partner with Crew in a beach cleanup a couple weeks ago, and that was pretty fun and hysterical too. We found some interesting objects on the beach. We have a video on our Instagram about that. But just anybody who wants to, help and be part of it, come be part of it. It's free. All it is your time. It doesn't take anything. You just give a little bit of your time, and we'll find something for you to do.
Right. Making a difference and having fun while doing it. It's fantastic. And I did watch that video, and I did see that some lingerie was discovered on the beach. So
luckily it was our friend who picked it up. We
got
out of that one. But you got to have fun when you do it.
Oh my gosh.
Serious thing in life. This is the good stuff. So we're out there, we're laughing, we're having a good time. And, first time paddleboarders, you see them fall all the time. That's okay. That's good. You're having a good time. Nobody cares. So, but we're gonna post.
It, exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna post hints and tips about the wildlife. A lot of people don't know. Don't pick up starfish and sand dollars and hold them out of the water so they die. Leave them where they can thrive. But they don't know what they don't know. So we're just trying to spread awareness for many facets
exactly.
that people that don't live in this environment, they wouldn't know. So we're just trying to spread awareness. Then we will, of course, do different events that they can sign up for. And then we'll sell things like merchandise, hats that will give the proceeds to other organizations that are also spreading awareness. So there's many facets to it, and where it's going to go, we don't know all of it yet, but we're excited to see where it goes.
I think, the most powerful part of it is that you just did it. You just start. Same thing with my podcast. It's like, you think about something and you have excitement and you have some ideas and you think maybe I can make a difference with this. And so you just have to start. That's any of us. And so paddleboarding, like you said, such an inexpensive way to get yourself out on the water, right? And interact in a different way than you can from the beach. What are some of your places your favorite places that you like to paddleboard?
Yeah, so we each have our own favorite place. I love joining her at hers. She loves joining me at mine. So go ahead. Where's your favorite place?
So my favorite place is Bunch Beach. It's very close to where I live. It's an easy launch to go out of. And the cool part is you have many different areas you can go to. So you can actually go one way where you're going through a mangrove tunnel. And I think it's like a mile long. So it's this tight little tunnel that you're paddling through, and you get to see all kinds of wildlife. It's a beautiful, picturesque scenery all around you until it opens up into this estuary, and then you're paddling through till you reach the Gulf again. You will see manatees and dolphins along the way as well. But if you go further down the beach, then you can just go to almost like a private beach called Plover Island. You can only get there by paddleboard or boat, so you have less people there. That's why I always hesitate telling people about my favorite place, because I want it to stay private, but at the same time, everyone should enjoy it.
Sharing is caring.
Yes, as long as you take care of it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful little beach, and it's secluded, and
That's
a lot of times it's low tide, so you can walk out far. It's just absolutely amazing. And you can go there morning, noon, or evening.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Bunch is that you can go out alone, because it's never so deep that, if you're never in deep waters
Right.
there. So I feel like if you're like a solo paddler, it's a great place to go because it's not dangerous, it's not scary.
You can walk home.
Yeah.
Really, because it's so shallow there.
Yeah. Or if your paddleboard blows up.
All right, Ashley, what's your favorite?
So my favorite is Big Hickory Pass. It's off of Bonita Beach, and it's kind of between Bonita Beach and Fort Myers Beach. And there's a, what is it called? Anyway, there's a big state park there, Lover's Key. That's
Lover's Key Park.
Yeah, and then it's about a 20-minute paddle through the mangroves. I've seen manatees a bunch of times there. Dolphins are everywhere. But when you get through the mangroves, it has a couple of little island beaches or inlet beaches, and you kind of pick which one you want to go to. And the cool thing is if you go on a weekend, a lot of times the boaters will come and they'll bring their boats up there too. And you just see like a big line of boats, and everyone's, hanging out, having a good time, whether they're playing their music and they bring their dogs. Yeah. There's lots of puppy dogs there running around the beach, and it's just such a really cool vibe. And you can take a place that's far away from people, or you can be in the mecca of it. You can make that decision when you get out there where you want to be, if you want to be in the more quiet area or if you want to be around all the action.
And it's blue water there. That's the difference between our two spots.
And the best part is that there is a sandbar there that's very close. So you can paddle out to the sandbar. Sometimes when I don't want to be around a lot of people, we'll just paddle out to the sandbar and hang out and, not even go back in and have our own little kind of peaceful time. I would not recommend doing that alone. I would definitely recommend having a friend or, partner with you. Just because you're out there. So, we were just sitting out and we kind of started drifting, and then we saw this fin. And, of course, panic is the first thing you do when you see a fin. And you're like, please let it be a dolphin. And thank God it was a dolphin, but it was coming right at us. So there was a freak out second there for like 2 seconds. But yeah, I think you would be better off partnering up if you went there.
Definitely. Those both sound incredible. So I'm inspired. One of these days I'm going to have to get myself a paddleboard and head down and spend a day with you. Those sound absolutely amazing. And yeah, I think being out on the water, there are all sorts of critters that we can encounter. And so always have that element of, oh my gosh. And I think having a buddy, being smart about it. And like Kat mentioned, it's just awareness. And, we understand that when people come, that aren't from the area, that don't live this lifestyle, it's just becoming aware and being educated. But be willing to do so and just being thoughtful. And so I think the more that we can get these messages out, the better we'll be. So
and for people to kind of really watch the currents, be careful too, because, currents are tricky here, and, you don't want to have a bad day.
Exactly. I'm so glad you added that, because whether you are kayaking, paddleboarding, swimming, I know we have an area up here near Anna Maria Island called Bean Point, and it's a really precarious place because of the currents coming from the Gulf and the Bay. And so not a good place, not a place you want to swim. So I'm so glad you brought that up. It's something you need to be aware of. And, on any given day, it can change. So, today I might go out at my favorite spot and I can wade out and there's no current and it's just wonderful. And tomorrow it could be a really different story. So I think you need to be aware of how to handle that when there is a strong current and you catch yourself in it. All right, there we go. We are back. You guys got me?
Yes, all right. We have you.
Okay. So
technology is fun.
Just rolling with the punches. The show must go on. So we were talking about being aware of the currents. I think that is such great advice. And when you're going to venture out, to a new place, doing a new thing, do some research, get online, make sure that you're aware. I know if people are headed out on vacation, sometimes that's just the last thing they think of. It's like, oh my gosh, we're going to the beach, we're going to get some sunshine. And but they want to participate and try all these new things. And so I think it's such great advice to do a little research. That while you're doing that research, see how you can, make a difference. I know I've done that when I've headed out on vacation. I look to see what volunteer opportunities there are that, I can go spend a day doing a beach cleanup. So if you're going to be down near Naples, Bonita, look for Paddle Pretty, find out what they're up to and see if you can't, make a difference and clean up. And ladies, before we go, just share with us what you got going on next.
So we don't know yet. Everything is in the works. We're going to brainstorm. We're going to call it our board meeting. And then we're going to figure out what our next plan of action is. We'll do another event. And then as soon as we have that information, we're going to post it on our Instagram and our Facebook with all the details. But one thing we just want to say is when you are paddleboarding, because that's what we're passionate about, go out there, really enjoy the environment. A lot of people bring out these massive speakers, and there is noise pollution that comes with that. So we just recommend just have a quiet, listen to the waves. They're the most amazing sounding instruments that God makes. Go out there and actually just get away from technology and music and all of the noise that's in the everyday environment that you're in. You're outdoors. Really enjoy the outdoors. It does something to your mental state. It really gives you peace of mind. And I think God really puts that in our nature to have that Sabbath, to have that day off, a rest away from everything that gives us stress. So we really want to encourage you to do that. Please check out our Instagram. We will post another fun activity. We hope you'll join us. And at the very least, when you go out there, pick up some garbage if you see it. Just leave the environment better than when you found it.
You said it so perfectly. Yeah, take in nature while you're out there. You're going to miss stuff if you're not paying attention.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the birds and the marine life and, the sky and the waves. I mean, there's just so much to take in. You don't need that outside, that noise that we create. So I love that you said that. God has blessed us with such amazing beauty. So let's take care of it. I am so grateful for the two of you for joining me and being part of this. I'm going to keep an eye out for what comes next, and I will make sure to share it. And everyone listening, watching, go follow Paddle Pretty. Again, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. And thank you again, Kat and Ashley, and we'll be talking to you soon. Grab your flip-flops and I'll meet you on the beach. Bye.